I'm wrong.
Yep. Apparently, yes, we are.
So I've been contacted with by a few people over the last few days talking about gaslighting and other people making them wrong and using force against them. And you contacted me today because you're looking at somewhere where you're not treating yourself with care, you're not being kind to you. And so you just asked a question before I stuck on the video. And what was the question? Where am I
allowing this to be my reality?
Okay. So where are you allowing you to gaslight you, diminish you, make you less? Where are you allowing someone else to abuse you?
Yeah.
And so what I am offering today in this video is a conversation with me and someone that I dearly care for. And the two of us have genuinely found ourselves in situations where we allowed other people to disrespect us. And we also found ourselves in situations where we were disrespecting loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't the person that we wanted to become or be. Not to use the but, because that dismisses what comes before it. It's called plagiarization, is where you copy something from someone and then you own it as yours. Yeah. But we were owning someone else's reality as ours. Okay. So do you allow people to treat you in a way that doesn't honor you? Like, what if you were the person that you needed when you were younger? And so to come to Paulo's question again, ask it again.
Where am I allowing this to be my reality?
So where am I allowing someone to project hatred on me, project anger, control me with hatred, control me with money, control me with anger, control me with love? Yeah.
With one thing that's popping in my head, to control me with shame. Because that's what people do. They control, I perceive, or maybe it's me, but everything that comes to me, I turn it into shame, and I said, oh, fuck, I shouldn't be doing this. My God, oh shit, oh, fuck. You know, and then thank goodness for the tools. Thank goodness for Gary Douglas. Thank goodness for Dan here. Thank goodness for you, gorgeous, powerful woman. Thank goodness to be a person, to have these people where we say, okay, first of all, structural implants, all of that. Second of all, fuck it, I'll do it anyways. As in, oh, but Miss So-and-so is going to be ashamed of you. Okay, is there a reason to it? Yes, no, okay, no, okay, fuck, trust in you, fuck it. Paulo, trust in you.
And shame says, I'm wrong, okay? I'm wrong, so it's not true, it's a lie. So I haven't told you this since we've been talking, but on April 14th or 19th, my mom died. And I was there the few days before my mom died, and me and her were clean energetically. We dealt with our stuff. I loved my mom dearly, and she loved me. Now, she wasn't organized in her life, so she was buried in the church that I was abused in. Okay. Okay. And one of my cousins, who I dearly love, I told her, I am not going to this. I am not going to this church. And I'd say I diminished myself around the choice. I had a bit of shame about it. And then, of course, I got in connection with my friends, and my two daughters and my son were extremely supportive. I said, I'm not choosing this. I'm not going to an Irish funeral in a church where I was sexually abused down the back of the church. Okay.
Yeah, of course not.
But there are two people in my family that massively supported me and my three kids. Other than that, so everyone goes to, why isn't she here? Blah, 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 blah. Shame. Yeah. So for me, something changed with my mom's passing, in that I'm not willing to make myself wrong for my choices anymore.
Yeah.
And your opinion, first of all, my worth and my wellness is non-negotiable, as my beautiful cousin said to me. Your own well-being is the most important thing right now. So how many people support that, though? And now you have to take a look at the big question is, do you prefer people to shame you and blame you because it's familiar and make you wrong? And then you diminish yourself. Okay. There is no diminishment of self and consciousness. There's no diminishment of another.
Mm.
And this is where you came to me with this question, like, where do I allow this to be my reality? Okay. So for me, whatever changed with my mom, I was like, I'm not putting my energy into support this. You guys can all pretend, but I'm not putting my energy to support this. Yeah. Okay. And again, I had someone 2 days ago that did massive control and force. And just so you guys know, humanoids and bodies are so soft and gentle, particularly humanoid men. Paulo tells me something hurts his heart. Like, if I don't receive caring from him, like, you love to care for me when I'm around you. And if I don't receive, you really do. And if I don't receive caring for you, you tell me that it's a lot easier when I'm allowing you to care for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about that?
I do. I can. When it seems that for me, and once you told me something that it's stuck in my head, not as in, oh, she's saying something, I have to pay attention. No, you said something that I got it and I said, oh, this is the first time I heard me on somebody else's mouth, you know, when you said humanoid men are fiercely loyal.
Yeah.
And the thing is, am I being fiercely loyal to a lie that I bought? As in, I'm 37 years old. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot of jobs, a lot of relationships, a lot of family moments, a lot of family shit, blah, 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 blah. Am I being fiercely loyal to the lie that I bought 25 years ago or 20 lifetimes ago? Am I being fiercely loyal? And I get a yes. Then not trying to be mental about it, but I'm holding the how in my mouth, but and now I'm holding the why.
And there's no why in awareness. So this is where I go to. My tool is, what do I love about this? What do I love about
this? Yeah.
And I would probably start with where Paulo starts, with, what do I fucking love about this? What do I love about diminishing myself? What do I love about, like, buying into a lie, buying into blame? We're going to send out, because of all of these occurrings over the last 24 hours, we're going to add living beyond distraction. We're going to add your worth is non-negotiable and the gaslighting call, and we're going to do a discount on it. The information is here anyway. This is so you can get information. That's what it's about, education and information.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I would say to you is, to live beyond distraction, you are going to have to pull your energy out of what is a lie, which holds all abuse of self in place, because you cannot abuse you when you see you as an infinite being. Now, if you had no definitions of you, could you be gaslighted? Could you be abused? Could you be... No,
you cannot hold air. Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, because you know what it seems like, you know, the Psalm, I think it's Psalm 90 of the Bible that says, even though I walk on the valley of the shadow and death, all those crap. I'm sorry if you're religious, all those things. It seems that walking on this reality, it seems like I'm walking on the middle of gaslighting.
Yeah.
The bank says, you don't have the money to buy this, you cannot do it. And then the school says, you're not smart enough. And then the parent says, you have to do this job or this school or this college, or else you're not going to be a person in life. You're not going to be anybody in life. In Portuguese, we say that. You're not going to be anybody in life if you don't have money. You have to do what I do to get money, or else you won't, you know? And yeah, man. I mean, both here and here, actually, for me. Because it seems that sometimes the only choice is to tank it. Not tank as in thank you, but tank as in armored tank. As in... yeah, fucking hit me. I can take it. I'll keep walking. I can fucking take it. And I mean, we can. until a certain point.
The question I had for you is, for what reason do we have to take a lie? For what reason do we not expand out as an energetics and just be like, so we've put out 3 little cards in the end of the email. What did the person mean by this, by these words? They meant to make me less. They meant to scare me. You have to have your COVID passport going into France. They're looking to control me. Yeah. You have to have this to be in the UK. You have to have this to be in the Netherlands. You have to have this to be in America. You're not allowed in until. So what do they mean by that? Control, power over. You have to get it right. We live in a world that uses judgment as the source. And then number 2, which part of this is loving and caring? I am going to have my own back in regard to the way that I live, the way that I create financially. I am going to have to care for me, because now it seems that very few people are capable of that level of caring that consciousness is. The caring of the trees in your garden, the caring of the sun, the caring of your dog. And some people genuinely are capable of that caring. They really, really are. So I do want to say that too. Okay.
Yeah.
So what part of this is loving and caring? And you're going to have to say, is this true? And for me, if you don't have the distractor implants information, living beyond distraction, you are not empowered to deal with something. And we are looking to educate you in Access Consciousness. Gary, Dane, you, me, Shannon. We're looking to educate you so you have the information and the awareness of the way this reality will gaslight you, will try to make you small, will look to make you wrong when you don't do it the way that you're supposed to do it, and when you're very different. This is the way you should do it, Paulo, and this is your only choice. That's gaslighting. And so it's much more common, and it's much more reality than what we sometimes are willing to be aware of and acknowledge it as. And the tools of Access Consciousness are to set you on the road to knowing how this reality works, working with it, and then being that potency that most people will judge as wrong, okay? Yeah. Having the supernatural power of awareness and using it to your advantage.
And that's the thing, it seems like 2 things, actually. I mean, I'm completely vested, not as invested interest, but as in invested. Maybe I'm translating in my head, sorry. But I'm completely interested, determined, adamant, to work for the earth, for consciousness. Never again shrink myself, and I keep every day perceiving more that money is just a byproduct of the working for consciousness.
It is. It's an ecosystem. It actually is, because I'm one of the ones that was broke 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And yesterday I paid 16,000 to the Irish government in VAT. You know what I mean? So taxes, yeah. And I was happy to pay, because it shows that I'm generating more consciousness. Whereas before, no way, I'm not paying them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're sending this information out as a guy down in Brazil, a gal over in the Netherlands, 2 people that genuinely have a demand, because we wouldn't be talking otherwise, Paul. 2 people that have a demand for something different in our world. And the part that I'm going to say now you may not like is, I would defend blame and shame, and I'm wrong, because the one thing that I wasn't willing to receive is that there's a magnanimous, all-loving universe, and that I am capable of being loved and cared for.
Yeah, and that's the word, all-loving universe, as in yesterday are we done? Do I have to stop?
No, keep going.
Yesterday I was working all day, and then working. And then generating, thank you. Yes, generating. And then I was, and who am I trying to please by the use of the word work instead of,
Who am I plagiarizing?
Yeah. And then I stopped, and then I wanted to watch a TV show. And I said, no, I'm not going to watch a TV show. I have stuff to do. I have to work. And now I'm using work as in intentionally. I have to work. I have to create money. There's an ESPN this week. I have things to do. I have a hotel to pay. I have to, And then I said, this will not make me happy. I will watch the fucking show. And so I did.
Yeah. And this is where you've got to be very strong in your being to not be anchored by the lies of this reality. Yeah. And you've got to be willing to go. So we genuinely hope this conversation it's more like a conversation.
Yeah, it is.
We genuinely hope this conversation contributes to you. And what allows this to be my reality, this force, this control, and allow yourself to see and receive the places where people look to control you and have power over you for their own personal benefit, and then seek out the people who will contribute you, who will be that loving space. And one thing I know about Paulo, if he's being a dick and if I'm being an asshole, I'll just be like, I'm just being an asshole now. You can gift me the moon and the stars and tell me how much you care about me, but right now I'm fighting to defend that you don't care. Yeah. And he'll always be there, as I'll always be there. Yeah. And this is where the willingness to be there with someone, because if you don't deal with these energies now, you'll deal with them in the next lifetime.
Yeah. No, fuck it. No.
Fuck that. No way.
No.
So the willingness to be there with each other and go, yeah, it gets challenging. Yeah, I want to hate myself. Yes, I want to make myself wrong. I want to anchor myself back in this reality. Is pulling back. Or is that the place where you're capable of a choice that goes,
yeah.
So what capacities for choice have you, and what are you capable of choosing that would be a loving, caring action for you today? If that's watching your favorite show, watch your favorite show.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's me getting on my bike and cycling to the local village for some lovely lunch or late breakfast, that's what I'm going to choose.
Sure.
So where did we give up that loving, caring that we naturally be to plagiarize someone else's reality of hatred, shame, blame, regret, and guilt?
Yeah. True.
And now, what would be fun for you? What can you now allow to be in your reality?
Yeah. I'm just asking stuff in my head, and yeah. And it's interesting because it's like hugging a porcupine, a hedgehog. You know? It's like, I'm giving you love and you're giving me thorns, but I love you, but I give you thorns, and but I'm still hugging you, but still give me thorns,
It
what
hurts.
Do I love? Yeah, but it's still a hug. Maybe hugging hurts, So what part of being in love, hugging this reality, do I love?
And everything that is. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povers, and beyonds.
Yes.
It takes courage to receive the love and caring of consciousness. We invite you.
Let's do it.
Mwah. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye from this gorgeous man with his Dublin jersey and this gorgeous lady. And yeah, go easy on you. Come on. Sometimes it can be tough out there,
Yes.
Go easy.
Yes. And consciousness has your back, and so does the universe, and so do we.
You gotta have your own back too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I forgot about myself. I have my back. Yes.
You wouldn't be talking to me if you didn't.
Read? What?
You would not be talking to me if you didn't.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, everyone.